Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the month of March or whenever this video might find you. Here we are in the midst of a Mercury retrograde. And yes, these videos are getting out just a little bit late. My apologies, but I do trust that you will receive this message exactly when you're meant to, Taurus. So whether that is here at the beginning of the month of March or later, there's definitely something in here for you. If you are new to the channel, hello and welcome. My name is Jenny. I'm a shamanic healer, a women's coach, a retreat host, a homesteader, and I also do post these videos here on my YouTube channel every month. I'm just tuning into your energy and I wanted to ask Spirit, what is the primary energy for you this month? But Spirit was a little bit ahead of me here and I'm getting wishful thinking. And this is a really beautiful card because Taurus, what it does is it tells us that you are manifesting the life of your desires. And it's interesting. I wonder where Taurus is falling in your chart, and maybe you can let me know down below in the comments. There are lots of different aspects to our readings. There's lots of different aspects to what's coming forth for us in the future. And I always encourage you to check out all the major placements in your chart, your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising, your Venus, or anywhere else that feels appropriate for you. And the reason I bring this up right now is because I do feel like there was a strong message for the Aries collective around manifestation, around creating your life the way that you want to create it, around co-creating your life with the universe. And Taurus, for you to receive this message right off the hopper before you even ask Spirit any questions about your energy, as I was tuning into your energy, this manifestation card says, yes, you are co-creating your life with the universe. Unlike the Aries collective, though, I'm curious if you have Aries placements as well. But unlike the Aries collective, this card is saying that you already have the evidence, you trust. So now what more are you going to call into your life? More love, more laughter, more joy, more play, more experiences, more travel, and yes, even more things and more money, more material things. Really and truly, this is saying that you have the evidence. If you look at your life, you can see how your current reality is something that you once dreamt of. And I can attest to that. If you've been here for a while, you know it took me 2 years to sell my house and I finally sold it. Now here I am on the land that I've been dreaming of. We have an acreage close to town. We've got space for gardens. We've got space for animals. I've created my retreat space and my ceremony tent. I've had events in there already. This is like so crazy, so incredible because this was once my dream. And Taurus, just like my experience, the wishful thinking card is telling you that you now have the evidence that you can manifest. You are manifesting every moment of every day. You are either consciously manifesting what you do want or subconsciously manifesting what you don't want. And with this awareness, you can really weave your own reality with the universe. And that's a beautiful, auspicious message. We are in the midst of some turbulent times. Just coming out of the eclipse energy, there is a shadow period after that eclipse. So you might be feeling this still, depending on when you're watching this. And then we've got a beautiful new moon in Pisces coming up towards the end of the month. I believe it's on the 18th, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got the spring equinox. Like, what a beautiful time to be looking at your manifestations, at your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, right? Because the spring equinox is nature's new year. That's when I'm hosting the first retreat in my land. And I think that is such divine timing because the new year doesn't start on January 1st. It starts on the spring equinox. That's when nature's new year is. That's when we truly do begin to plant our seeds. It doesn't make sense to plant seeds in January. Sure, Capricorn energy can feel nice and responsible and active. And sure, we can have a little bit more drive and determination in Capricorn season. But really and truly, sowing those seeds, planting those seeds, that comes on the spring equinox, and that's right around the corner, again, depending when you're watching this. Now, Taurus, I also like to look at what our biggest challenges coming up in the month ahead, because I feel like knowledge is power, right? With this information, we can really choose how we're going to navigate the month ahead. So let's see, what is the biggest challenge for the Taurus collective in the month ahead, please, Spirit? What is the biggest challenge? What is the potential to be the biggest challenge for the Taurus collective in the month ahead, please? Okay, I feel like I've got two messages here for you. Oh my gosh, the same message. Okay, increase. Look at this. Wishful thinking says that you have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. Increase said, no, wrong way. Oh my goodness. Okay, wishful thinking says You are learning how to manifest the life that you desire. That was your overall energy. In your challenge, you've successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart. Why is that a challenge? Why is that a challenge for you? Maybe some of you don't believe that you're worthy. Maybe some of you are fearing the worst, like that it's going to be taken from you. That's something I really struggled with when it comes to money mindset. I grew up really, really poor. My dad left when I was a baby. I grew up on welfare, single mom. She was with my stepdad forever, but he didn't fully live with us until I was a little bit older. He was back and forth from his parents' house to our place, and really, really struggled. I was a young mom, pregnant at 18. I had a really hard time with the money mindset stuff. And sometimes I would receive money and then it would be gone just as quickly as I received it, because I always had this fear that it was going to be taken away from me, or that it wasn't long lasting, or maybe that was a fluke. Maybe that was a fluke. And that's what I'm getting for this increase card. You've successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart, but the fact that it's showing up in your challenge position tells me that there's a fear here around it not being long lasting, or maybe you don't deserve it, or whatever the case may be. You'll have to let me know in the comments how this is resonating for you. I'm also getting for you natural born leader showing up in your challenge position. For some of you, I feel like this is in your family. For others, of course, it's in your career. You're meant to lead others. And you're an earth sign. People love grounded leaders. I say that as an earth sign myself. So there's definitely something here for you. Again, it could just be leading people in your day-to-day life, your family members, your friends, the wounded healer, the path of the wounded healer, and picking up on you, like the trailblazer, the one who goes through the hard life lessons and then can help others go through their hard life lessons as well. But I feel like for some of you, this is really career-based. This is really career-based. Maybe you are an intuitive, a healer, a coach, a mentor, a guide, a mystic, something along the lines of. Again, let me know in the comments how that's resonating for you. And if it's not resonating for you, then definitely check out those other major placements that I was talking about earlier that can really help us put together the pieces of the puzzle. What will help the Taurus collective to overcome these challenges in the month ahead, please, Spirit? And if you are resonating with this video, I would so appreciate if you hit that like button. You guys know how the algorithms work, right? The more people who like the videos, the more people who will show up for them. And like I said, I got a lot on the go with my homestead, my animals, my gardens, my retreat space, my one-on-one healing sessions, my 12-week group coaching programs, my annual mastermind program, my monthly membership. So the more people who see these videos and comment and like and subscribe, the more likely I am to show up for them again next month. What will help the Taurus collective to overcome these potential challenges in the month ahead, please, Spirit? Metamorphosis. So you're going through a transformation right now. It's really about embracing this transformation. You might feel like you're going through the soup, right? Because what happens when we're going through a metamorphosis? The caterpillar literally turns itself into goo, into soup. So you're in that in-between phase. It really feels like you're not who you once were, but you're not quite yet who you are becoming. And maybe I feel for you, Taurus, that will come more as we get into your season, as we get into Taurus season. And really, it's just around the corner. I see 222 on my laptop right now. So 222 being trust and divine timing. You are exactly where you are meant to be right now. And this is also card number 2. Look at that. Maybe you're seeing 222. Let me know in the comments if you are. If you're seeing 222, that's extra confirmation. Spirit is saying you are in the exact right place at the exact right time. That's so important, because so often we can, wish we were further along, and then all that fear, doubt, insecurity, hoping, wishing, the universe just sends us more of that, right? But you got the wishful thinking card. You got the increase card. This is saying be grateful for where you are. Be grateful for how far you've come. Be grateful for what you have been able to call into your life. And being in that energy, the universe is going to mirror that back to you as well. We're constantly co-creating our life with the universe. And once again, I said this with the Aries collective. So I'm super curious if you have some Aries placements as well. So interesting. I feel like some of you do. I feel like some of you have strong Aries and Taurus placements. And what a combination. What a combination. Earth and fire. I mean, it's better than wind and fire, air and fire. A little hectic. Earth and fire is a beautiful combination, I feel. Now, If you're new to the channel, you're enjoying my energy, I'd be so grateful if you hit the subscribe button. It's a great way to support the channel, you guys, without having to spend a penny. If you are feeling called to my energy and you want to join the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership or any of my other offerings, those can be found in the description box down below as well. When you join the community membership, you also gain access to the extended readings for all of your signs. So you can check out all the different placements. And in the community membership, we meet at least twice a month on Zoom. We do a group shamanic healing session. We do a group reading. And then if we ever have any other opportunities to meet, we absolutely will. Let's see for the Taurus collective, what is going to help you to align with your highest path, purpose, and timeline in the month ahead, please. Oh, you got 2 again. You're getting 2. Okay. You're getting Dark Night of the Soul. I mean, that just really mirrors this Metamorphosis card. You're going through a dark night of the soul and it can feel lonely. You're in the midst of a spiritual awakening. And remember, spiritual awakening isn't just one and done. It's multiple layers, right? Maybe you feel like you've already gone through a spiritual awakening. Well, it's another layer. And the collective is going through this as well. It's the age of the Aquarius, right? It's a big flipping deal. A lot of things are really changing. Saturn has not been here in a really, really, really long time. I'm not an astrologist, but I watch a lot of astrology videos and my assistant's an astrologist and I get astrology readings. So I'm really embracing it and learning a lot about it because just with anything spirituality, you know, you want to take what resonates with you and follow that and follow your curiosity and learn more about what excites you. And astrology really excites me. And what I'm learning is that you're not alone here with this Taurus, this dark night of the soul. So many of us are going through this right now, and it can feel lonely. And in which case, that's when community is such an important piece of going through this, to know that we're not alone. So many of us feel like we're alone in our day-to-day lives. Our partners aren't on their journey. Our family members aren't on their journey. Our friends aren't necessarily on their journey, or maybe they are, but they're at such a different level than we are. It's really, really wonderful to be a part of a community. That's what I love so much about the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership, where everybody is on the same journey. We're all at different points in our journey for sure, but that's a beautiful thing too, because if we're struggling with something, we can share and somebody can lend their perspective. Oh, I was going through that before too, and this is what I did, and this is how I navigated it, and this is what it meant for me. To help you align with your highest path, purpose, and timeline, you're also getting trust and forgiveness. And what this card tells me is that, you know, resent might be holding you back right now. We can only get so far in our journey if we're hanging out in the energy of resent. And what's the opposite of forgiveness is resent, right? When we choose not to forgive someone, we're staying in the energy of resent. And what this says is it's time for you to let your guard down and learn to trust again. Forgiveness isn't even necessarily about the other person. It's more about us. It sets us free, right? Forgiveness truly sets us free because it allows us to get out of the energy of resent. And you got a lot of manifestation cards here. And I want you to remember, Taurus, we can only manifest that which we are a vibrational match to. So when we're hanging out in this energy of resent, our vibration's not going to be all that great because the energy of resent is heavy. It's thick, it's dense, it's dark. It doesn't feel good, right? You know, when you're upset with someone and every time you think about them, you're just like, it's right? It literally feels heavy. It brings you down. It brings you down. But forgiveness really shifts things. It allows us to release it. It allows us to raise ourselves up. Who do you need to forgive? And for some of you, Taurus, I feel like this could be yourself as well. Looking at your journey, what do you need to forgive yourself for? We can all forgive ourselves for something. You know, we only knew what we knew when we knew it. We know more now. We're always learning. We're always growing. We're always evolving. That's what we're here for, our spiritual evolution. Now, in the extended reading, I will clarify all of these cards, but I would like to pull one more for you before we jump into that extended reading. Spirit, what is one final message that will help the Taurus collective overall? What else does the Taurus collective need to know for the month ahead, please? There's a bunch that want to come out. Can you see that? There's a whole bunch that want to come out. We're going to go with that one. Auric field. Okay, this is easy peasy. Energy hygiene. Energy hygiene. And this is for everyone. It doesn't matter where Taurus falls in your chart. I'm surprised this card hasn't come up for absolutely everyone. This is something I preach in all of my programs, my 12-week programs, my monthly membership, my annual mastermind, my one-to-one sessions, my retreats. I'm always talking about energy hygiene because it's so important. I had a mentor tell me years ago, Jenny, if I could teach you one thing and one thing only, it would be to manage your own energy. And at the time I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I manage my own energy. And Then I was like, you know what? No, I don't really. I don't really. What is energy hygiene? Cleansing, grounding, protecting your energy. Often we, depending on, where your family dynamic is at, often the people around us are coming into resonance with our energy. So when something drains our energy, like that energy of resent, and we walk into a room, people are like, whoa, because they're coming into resonance with our vibration, and our vibration is heavy and dense. And then when we take energy hygiene seriously and we take the time to fill our own cup, then all of a sudden our vibration is a little lighter and we walk into a room and people are uplifted by us. Our energy is so powerful, right? And it has the ability to affect the energy of everyone around us. Energy hygiene is 3 steps. You've probably heard me say this before if you're not new to the channel. If you are new to the channel, get your little notebook. You might want to pause the video because this is important. Step number 1 is to cleanse your energy. There's an infinite number of ways to do this. You can do it with visualization. You can do it with pink salt baths. You can do it with a sage smudge. You can do it with agua de Florida. I like to put Florida water in a little spray bottle like this, and then you just easy peasy, cleanse your energy. You can use bells. You can use rattles. You can use drums. There's so many ways. Frigid cold water. For those of you who love the cold plunge like I do, that's a great way to cleanse your energy. Step number 2 is to ground your energy. Absolute easiest way to do that. Go outside, get into Mother Earth, put your bare hands or your bare feet on the earth. So simple, so understated. But so many people are spending time inside all day long. And then they're like, wow, I feel so overwhelmed, anxious, and stressed out because you're ungrounded. The central nervous system is activated. Easiest way to calm down, ground. That's why they call it calming down, because when you ground, it calms the central nervous system. It's so easy. You could also use different herbs and plants to smudge. That's very grounding. Just closing your eyes, putting one hand on your heart, one hand on your solar plexus, slowing down your breath. That in itself is so grounding. Visualization as well. Visualizing your roots going down through all the layers of your seat, your construction materials in your floor, all the different layers of the earth, the rocky layers, the pebble layers, the clay layers, the underground rivers and oceans and caves and caverns and crystalline walls. Go past all of those layers. Wrap your roots around the center of Mother Earth. That quick visualization is so powerfully grounding. A lot of crystals can help, essential oils can help, things like that. Meditation, journaling, those are all very grounding practices. Yoga, moving your body is very grounding. And then finally, protection. Protection is super unique to each and every one of us. What resonates with you might not resonate with me, and vice versa. That's okay. Maybe you visualize a bubble of protection around you, or a cloak of protection around you, or maybe you use protective crystals, or you use praying for protection. There's no right or wrong here, but those 3 steps, energy hygiene, are so important because your final message is auric field. And this card says it's time to call in energy protection to shield, to clear, and to strengthen your aura. I do have a meditation here in the channel as well. You can check that out. That helps you to cleanse, ground, and protect your energy. All right, let's bring this into the extended reading. Taurus, I do hope to see you over there. You can find the link to join me down below in the description box.